Okay, now Mr. Mason Betha is finally revealing Diddy's illicit affair with TD Jakes. It appears that Mase has had enough of keeping quiet about Diddy's actual character and has exposed Diddy completely. It turns out Diddy and TD Jakes had been hiding their relationship for a long time, and Mase recently came out with some tea. Not only that, but Mase is also accusing Diddy of holding the careers of all the musicians signed to Bad Boy Records hostage by pressuring them into freakouts with him. Now that's not something you should include in the contract, right? But Mase is not yet done and is ready to reveal everything he knows. So what exactly did Mase say? Let's find out.
And I want to tell you why, if the devil can use him aggressively, then I want you to know God could use me aggressively.
Diddy's always had a reputation, and if you've been following the news in the industry, you'll know that most of the time, he gets involved in controversies as well. One of the most scandalous might be the accusations involving possible mistreatment of artists under his Bad Boy label, and reports had been suggesting that he either underpaid them or didn't pay them at all in many of the cases. But this is only the tip of the iceberg, because it turns out Diddy would also do a lot of questionable things to his artists. And don't even get me started with what he allegedly did to Cassie. There were tons of stories before Cassie filed the bombshell lawsuit. For example, Tanya Blunt disclosed that Diddy made her record between 50 and 60 songs that she didn't really like, after which he fired her as an artist and canceled her entire album. However, things get worse because she decides to hurt herself after the emotional toll of the album and the lack of attention for her music caught up to her. I think we can all agree that Diddy's actions, one way or another, triggered her attempt on her life. It was the hardest decision because that was how I was able to provide and take care of my family at the time. It was so hard. It broke me. It really did. I went into therapy with suicidal thoughts and even attempted suicide, but it shaped me at the time. Tanya added, I was there. I was in a Dallas hospital on a 72-hour watch. I had taken pills. I decided this is it. My son was fine. He would have people to take care of him. I just gave up. This is not the end of it all. Do you recall the nightclub shooting in 1999 that involved Diddy and his girlfriend at the time, Jennifer Lopez? And do you guys remember how Diddy was hit with a few charges following that incident and was on the verge of going to jail before the charges were eventually dropped? It turns out that the sole explanation for why things didn't make it to court was because Diddy had made one of his artists, Shine, who was present at the club, take the blame by throwing him under the bus. His former bodyguard even claims that Diddy paid witnesses to give false testimony against Shine during the trial.
And some of those people who were making statements, they was making statements against Shine. Yo, bro, listen to me. Y'all hearing it from me, but Shine said it himself in his interview. You supposed to be my brother, and you got people testifying against me? Those people were testifying, they were brought to Puff first, saying that what they saw against Shine and what they saw Shine do. The DA didn't even know those people existed. You understand what I'm saying?
The crazy thing about this, y'all, is that Bad Boy Records put out Shine during his time in jail. In an interview from 2020, Shine further verified that Diddy had deceived him. In fact, Diddy even made an apology which Shine confirmed, saying, Puff apologized. He did apologize to me for that when we met in Paris. He did say that he could have handled it better, but he was under a lot of pressure from the lawyers to throw me under the bus. But honestly, that apology cannot undo the damage, right? Because of this, it should come as no surprise that none of his former artists are supporting him in these legal battles. Worse, some artists are coming forward to expose him once and for all, like Mase and Betha, who revealed what messy things Diddy made them do. Furthermore, it appears that Mase is fed up with watching Diddy act like a normal bystander, which is why he came out to spill his tea. He's now saying that Diddy forced his artists into freak-offs with him, and that Diddy had a long-term relationship with Pastor TD Jakes. Even though Mase left Bad Boy Records many years ago, it appears that he still harbors a deep resentment towards Diddy, and that animosity is unlikely to go away anytime soon. In all honesty, I don't even blame him for carrying bitterness, because in addition to parting ways with Bad Boy Records on bad terms, he also supposedly didn't receive compensation. Just imagine working so hard and then not getting paid after. I'll be pretty mad too. He claims that Diddy went around defaming him in the industry and prevented him from signing with another label. That answers why Mase was never able to sign a record deal after leaving Bad Boy and didn't work in the music industry again. On top of this, Mase has always maintained that he was not compensated for writing the majority of Diddy's raps in the 1990s. But in addition to denying this, Diddy made fun of Mase and called him a fake pastor who was trying to trick people.
Mase, one album. How much money do you think I owe this guy? One album, and then he became a fake pastor and went and conned people?
This alludes to the fact that after quitting the business, Mase became a pastor. But Mase finds it ironic that Diddy called him a fake pastor, considering that Diddy is actually friends with Pastor T.D. Jakes, who has been subjected to derision for years due to his perceived lies. Because of this, Mase is now coming out to expose the affair between Diddy and T.D. Jakes. But before we do that, I want to discuss what Mase has to say about Diddy returning his artist's masterworks to them. So remember the huge announcement Diddy made back in September when he returned the publishing rights to the songs his artists had released on his label? He had been the only owner of the publishing rights, so out of the blue he chose to return them all out of respect. He said, "It's just doing the right thing. I think that we as an industry and as people have to look in the mirror and make a shift forward. It's about evolving, leading by example, and reforming an industry that needs it in a world that needs reform." Mase claims that Diddy was using it as a publicity stunt to curry favor with as many people as possible who are aware of his secrets. He was attempting to cover all the bases at the time by attempting to settle Cassie's lawsuit out of court. As I previously mentioned, Mase has a deep-seated grudge towards Diddy, and he's now coming forward to reveal some pretty disturbing secrets. Since Cassie decided to drop her lawsuit, a lot of people have been speculating that Diddy's gonna bring down a lot of others. Names like Young Miami and Harvey Pierre, the former president of Bad Boy Records, who is also under investigation, have been thrown around like sprinkles. However, T.D. Jakes, Diddy's best friend and pastor, appears to be forgotten by everyone for some reason. Because let's face it, T.D. Jakes isn't your normal pastor. He claims that God is in favor of us making as much cash as we can without going into the typical preachy stuff. Actually, judging by the fact that he spends more time with famous people than the typical churchgoer, he's kind of obsessed with the glitz and glamour of celebrity life. In fact, Diddy has evolved into T.D. Jakes' go-to celebrity friend over the past few years. Their bond has become so strong that people are starting to wonder if there's more to it. Since Diddy has always denied being gay, rumors about him being secretly involved with T.D. Jakes started to circulate, particularly in light of the rumors that T.D. Jakes may also be in the closet. This was because the two had always been pretty close, and their friendship dates back to the days when Diddy was still dating Kim Porter. T.D. even offered a tribute when the actress passed away. He even agreed when Diddy asked him to preside over Kim's funeral. Yes, they're really that close. And throughout the years of their friendship, T.D. Jakes has consistently attended Diddy's parties. Given that Diddy isn't exactly known for being a great guy, this has previously raised a lot of eyebrows. While I don't mean to sound judgmental, there's been a lot of discussion about Diddy's private activities, particularly at his parties, even before the Cassie incident. Since the 1990s, stories about Diddy's parties have been widespread, and there have been rumors of various forms of wickedness at these events. So what exactly was T.D. Jakes doing year after year at these parties? Jaguar Wright was there to respond to our queries, and she said a few very intriguing things. Jaguar didn't sugarcoat her words and went straight to the point. She revealed that T.D. and Puff would throw these lavish parties to satisfy themselves. Nothing more, nothing less.
Why do you think T.D. Jakes was at Puff Daddy's birthday party?
If Bishop Jakes was at a Diddy party, there could only be two reasons. Money or That's all that happens at Diddy parties. Money.
Mase is reportedly now supporting Jaguar's revelation that Diddy and T.D. Jakes are actually intimate partners. No, wait. According to insiders, Diddy likes to get it all with a few male partners, including T.D. Jakes, who's been hiding in plain sight for years. But hold on, there's more. Remember Cassie's claim that Diddy made her perform freak-offs? Mase claims that Diddy also allegedly coerced his artists into freak-offs, so she wasn't the only one. Mase and Cameron were acting out the freak shows that Diddy had made them participate in. Diddy allegedly had this strange initiation thing where he basically made his artists freak off after he signed them. And it's also said that he gave them a lot of drugs. It's alleged that the artists who declined never had their music released. They were let go without providing a good reason. But all of these will remain rumors until officially confirmed. So what do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below, and make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more videos.